Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, I'm going to cover a very short-term play, at least in my opinion. And this token is called Tutti Frutti or TFF, right? So if you guys are following this channel, you guys know that we often cover long-term investments in crypto and players that have a high potential to grow and explode in the long run. But this video, I want to do something a little different, and I want to cover a token that, at least in my opinion, is considered a short-term play. But again, you can do your own research and come to your own conclusion. It's not to say that this token won't be a long-term play, but based on some of the factors that I feel is the right thing to judge a project by, I believe that this project is, to me at least, a short-term play, right? By short-term, I mean maybe only till the end of this bull run, or maybe even little longer, as long as the bull run is still active, right? That's kind of like the short-term play in my opinion. But yeah, basically this token was recently released. It's a very new token. I believe that this token only came into existence like late last week or early this week. And this token was initially airdropped to people who hold Joule tokens. If you guys don't know, Joule Swap is a exchange that I covered in one of my recent videos, and I believe that Joule B is a very good project, and Joule B is a token that has a long-term potential. It's a governance token of the Joule swap ecosystem. You guys can go check out that video if you don't already. So if you held Joule B or Joule D, so Joule Swap has two tokens, Joule B tokens and Joule D tokens. Joule B is the governance token, and Joule D is kind of like this speculative inflationary asset. Both of them are they have their own tokenomics and they have their own functionalities. But if you were a participant in the Joule Swap ecosystem, and if you held Joule B or Joule D, they kind of took a screenshot. Tutti Frutti kind of took a screenshot of people who held Joule B or Joule D in their MetaMask or Trust wallet, and they airdropped TFF tokens or Tutti Frutti tokens to their wallet, right? If you do hold Joule B or Joule D and you don't know about this airdrop, I suggest you to go to Binance Smart Chain scan and check out to see if you have any unclaimed airdrop. Or alternatively, what you could do is you could click the contract address from CoinGecko for Tutti Frutti and paste it in your MetaMask wallet for Binance Smart Chain Network and see if you have any airdrop tokens that you received, right? Again, as you can see, the token is less than 10 cents at the time of making this video. So you probably, depending on how much Joule B or Joule D you hold, you may probably not have received a lot of tokens, or the tokens that you may have received may be a lot, but the value in US dollars is going to be relatively low, right? So yeah, that's kind of like the background that I want to give you with regards to how this token was airdropped to Joule B and Joule D holders. So now let's look at their website itself. Again, if you guys want to check out their website and read their documents, as always, I suggest you to go to their website, and their website is tuttifrutti.finance, which is TUTTIFRUTTI.finance, right? So tuttifrutti.finance, or you could go to their website from their CoinGecko page, right? So what is Tutti Frutti Finance? Tutti Frutti Finance is basically a exchange, decentralized exchange, and you can kind of like participate in this ecosystem by providing liquidity to some of their tokens, and you can stake their own Tutti Frutti token or TFF token to earn more Tutti Frutti rewards, right? It's a very simple decentralized exchange slash yield farming kind of platform. Again, I don't think they have their exchange up and running, but I do believe that at some point in the future they will have their their own exchange. I believe that's at least that's the information that I got from some people. But as of now, what you can do is you can access their staking and farming platform, and they also have something called retirement fund, which will go in a few seconds. So it's a very mediocre kind of place where the tokens don't really have a very unique solution to a problem. It's just like another DeFi player, right? And since it's very new, and since it doesn't really have a lot of innovation or something that it's doing very uniquely, this project can be considered as a high risk project, because again, this token may be a token that's like here tomorrow, gone to here today, gone tomorrow, right? Kind of project. So I would probably if you guys have zero risk tolerance, then is zero or little risk tolerance, then I wouldn't really recommend this project or token to you guys. But if you are a little bit of a daredevil who would like to get into early projects which have some short-term potential, and obviously potentially long-term potential, depending on how they grow their ecosystem and project, right? If you are kind of like a daredevil who wants to take a risk, a little bit of a risk, then this project is for you, right? So again, if you go to the website, it's a pretty pretty childish theme with fruits and colorful images and very cartoonish drawings and all that. So it's going to be like a common theme in the Binance Smart Chain, where many projects are this cartoonish, childlike website. So this kind of falls very well within that theme. That doesn't mean that the projects are bad. It's just that they have this very childlike appearance to it, which may not really interest a lot of serious investors or institutions, right? So that's one thing which is a drawback. But I guess that's something that will also attract some people and to make them more comfortable with these projects, right? So that's kind of like the theme. So fruit farms, join our fruit producing yield farms to stake your LP tokens, and in return you will receive delicious fruit tokens, right? So I believe they have a whole bunch of fruit tokens, strawberries, grapes, and I believe they'll have like melon or watermelon, pineapple, an apple, so on and so forth, kind of like tokens within their ecosystem, right? So it's kind of like you kind of get these kind of very highly inflationary, low dollar value tokens, by staking Tutti Frutti Bnb LPs or Tutti Frutti BUSD LPs to get these kind of new tokens, which may or may not be a good token, but it certainly is a speculative asset, which if you do it right, you can take advantage of the quick gains that this project will make, right? So as of the time of making this video, they have two pools, Tutti Frutti, which is TFF BNB LP, and TFF BUSD LP, right? You earn strawberries and grapes tokens. Again, since I haven't connected my MetaMask account or Trust Wallet account on my phone, you are not able to see the estimated ROI. So the estimated ROI for these pools is somewhere between 100 to 200%, and it obviously is highly fluctuating, and you may sometimes get less than 100% yield. Again, if you are holding some spare BNB tokens or BUSD tokens that you don't really want to just sit there in your wallet, and you want to kind of like put it to good work, or if you're feeling that these tokens have potential to make a quick gain or two, then I suggest you to provide liquidity for Tutti Frutti BNB and Tutti Frutti BUSD pools and earn strawberry tokens and grapes tokens, right? So that's the main page. If you go to their staking, which is where you can stake Tutti Frutti tokens. So Tutti Frutti is kind of this main token of this ecosystem, which helps you to earn other tokens such as strawberries, grapes, apples, blah, 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 whatever fruit-based tokens, right? So the staking pool, Jerry the Strawberry welcomes you to the staking pool. Deposit your Tutti Frutti tokens and earn even more delicious Tutti Frutti, right? So when you stake Tutti Frutti, which has been airdropped to people who hold Jul B and Jul D, you can take your tokens and stake it here to earn like somewhere between 50 to 100% at the time of making this video. Again, it has been 75 to 80% APY in the past 3 days. It could go up, it could go down depending on how many Tutti Frutti tokens are staked in this protocol. It's a pretty easy user interface. They kind of made it very simple. It's very easy to navigate. You can kind of like, you'd have to approve this token first and then stake a portion of it or all of it, and then you'll be able to see your rewards at the bottom, right? You can either claim those rewards directly or you can stake those rewards by paying a small gas fee, which will kind of like compound. Although an auto compound feature would be really convenient because many Binance Smart Chain projects have auto compound features to it. And it's kind of becoming like this common theme here where most projects want to give a lot less hands-on experience for their users. Once they stake it, it's like a plug and plug it and finish it, right? So kind of like you can stake it and it'll auto compound already, so you don't have to worry about it, right? And the gains are really magnificent if you auto compound it. So this project doesn't really have an auto compound, so that's kind of like not really the ideal case. But I do believe that if there's enough demand, then I believe that they will definitely add it in the future, right? So they have this thing called the retirement fund, which is quite interesting because if you see, Bnb Retirement Fund, basically 10% of the revenue generated by our platform is given back to our members. As a participant in the staking pool, you are able to join the retirement fund for a minimum lock period of 2 weeks to receive Bnb rewards, right? So I think this is kind of like the most unique feature, although this is technically not really unique because there are several other projects that have like their own kind of retirement funds, which they name it differently, but they basically allow you to lock in your tokens for a small period of time, and in return you will get 10% or 20% of the fees that's generated within the ecosystem that goes to people who have staked it and locked their tokens for quite a bit of period, right? Here it's 2 weeks, which is pretty nominal. There are certain projects that have vesting periods of about a year, or some of them have 2 years of vesting schedule, which is quite a lot in my opinion. And again, as I haven't connected my MetaMask account or Trust Wallet account, I can't really show you guys the ROI, but it's somewhere between 50% and 100%. Sometimes it's kind of like less than 50%. So I wouldn't really worry about this too much unless you actually want to experience the retirement fund yourself. I wouldn't really worry about it, right? Again, the rewards are going to be very minimal because, again, based on what they're saying, if people kind of use this platform way more, then the fees generated would be way more, and the fees distributed will be much more profitable and generous, right? Since this is a very new project, I don't think a lot of people have even had some time to do research on this project, and many people who have been exposed to very serious websites and very serious high quality DeFi projects in Ethereum, if they see this project, they're probably going to be like it's a rug pull, right? But I believe that this is not a rug pull and this is like a legit project. It's just that it's kind of comical and very childlike. It's developed in a childlike manner, and that kind of adds to its uniqueness probably. You can also look at their fruit paper, their roadmap, and so on and so forth. You can buy this token on JuleSwap. And you can also see some of their FAQs, right, if you want to understand what the retirement funds is. So this is the roadmap or white paper. They have a total supply of 950 million tokens, which is way too much for me. That's why I feel like this token is not going to be like a long-term hold for me, because there is a lot of chance for this to have a price slumping effect because of the new tokens that's being injected into the market. Although in the short term, like technically when new tokens are being injected into the market, the price kind of slumps down. I do believe that this token has a very high chance of performing well in the short term, because this is a bull market and people are trying to get in on every DeFi project that they can, and every project, including big market cap, small market cap, medium cap, market cap, everything will start pumping once Bitcoin starts pumping, right? So based on that hypothesis, as well as based on how small the market cap is for this token, which I'll show you guys in a few seconds, this token has an incredible chance of doing 100x, right? There have been very poor scam tokens with zero utility or any, with not even the same functions that even Tutti Frutti has on their website. They have pumped like 100x, or even some of them have done even more than 100x, like 150x or something like that. Not only in the past bull run but also in this current bull run, and we are not even in the hot phase of this bull run yet. It's still we still have a long way to go for this bull run to end. And if you do feel like this project is a good short-term gain, maybe you can put in some play money, not the actual money, not your actual portfolio money, and you can kind of like see where this token goes and maybe even stake it and participate in their website. Again, no financial advice. I'm not paid by this project. I just felt that this is something that I received an airdrop for this token because I hold JULB and JULD tokens. But that's by no means to tell you what to do with your money. You have to do your own research. Please don't take this video as financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, right? But if you do feel like this token is a good speculative gamble for the short term, then by all means go ahead with your comfortable money. Or if you feel like it's too risky, which it is, then you can start with a play money, like $100 or $150 or not more than that, and then test out the waters and see how its functionalities work, especially their retirement fund, right? So 950 million tokens is a lot, obviously, and therefore it's in my opinion it's not a long-term hold, but you guys you're free to choose your own, right? 30% of the reward is going to be released in 3-year period. 30% of the rewards is going to be for the foundation, 20% for marketing, 10% for the ecosystem, which is basically exchanges and partnerships, 10% for community airdrop, which was recently conducted by JuleSwap, right? So again, they've covered their airdrop in detail. It's meaningless right now because airdrop is already over. But if you held Jul B or Jul D, you were able to receive this token. But I also missed the fact that you can also receive this token if you had Vox B, which is a Ethereum based project, and it's also available on Binance. So Vox B is also available on the JuleSwap ecosystem. SBS, which is another project that was launched on JuleSwap as a launchpad project. If you do hold any of these two tokens, then you might be having some Tutti Frutti tokens in your wallet, right? So again, airdrop information for people who have no idea that this airdrop happened. You can basically calculate how much Tutti Frutti tokens you'll be getting based on the chart, the information here, or you could basically go to your wallet and search for this contract address, and you'll be able to see exactly how much you have been airdrop, right? So they're basically an yield generation platform. I do believe that in the future they will add an exchange on their website, but for now it's just an yield generation platform. You can stake, you can do liquidity providing, you can do farming, you can participate in the Bnb Retirement Fund, you can use single asset wallets with strategies, which is, I believe, it's coming soon. You can also become a community supporter. Again, pretty very well presented information, but I don't think this is like the white paper, because it doesn't really have any form of an actual use case, right? I don't want to go to everything in detail, but you can clearly see how their wallets generate yield and how you'd be able to participate in the retirement funds and what it actually means, and how the rewards are distributed, some of the community contests and roadmaps and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty, you can also follow them on the Instagram and Twitter page. So it's a pretty not too bad. I mean, the information is presented is pretty decent and pretty good, but at the same time, this is not something that you'd expect from a white paper. It's more like a presentation than a white paper, which it's kind of like a different approach they've taken. Some people may say that this is one of the reasons why they think this project is a scam, or it's a rug pull or whatever. Again, you are free to come to your own conclusion. I personally feel like this project is legit, and that's why I want to share it with you guys. But if you guys feel like this project is a scam, again, by all means, you can ignore this video, right? So let's go to the CoinGecko page, and on CoinGecko, this token is currently ranked 1014th based on its market cap by CoinGecko, and it's currently trading at 8 cents. It dropped while we were making this video. It's kind of trading at 8 cents as of time of making this video, and it recently dipped to 0.2% in the past 24 hours. And if you see the market cap, it's $7.2 million in market cap. So again, if you think that there's a lot of potential for this project to explode in this short time frame of a year or two, then again, look at the market cap and you can see that this project does have, in theory, a long way to go, right? If it reaches $50 million in market cap, that will be like a significant gain if you are to buy this token at this time, or if you are to hold a large volume of airdrop tokens. Then I wouldn't really sell it at this point, because this project is definitely going to pump just like every other random tokens, altcoins that don't really have any use cases, right? So market cap wise, there's definitely promising information that this project will pump in the short term, right? Circulating supply is 949 million tokens, 950 million tokens is max supply, and the circulating supply is only 80 million tokens, which is very very tiny compared to the max supply. This is definitely going to be inflating the price, and it's definitely definitely going to inflate the supply, which is going to decrease the price, not increase the price, in the short term at least, right? You can clearly see the distribution of the tokens, and as we saw, they mentioned that 30% would be for ecosystem funds, 20% for marketing, 30% for foundation, and so on and so forth. So again, you can clearly see the distribution here, but definitely like a lot of inflation coming for this token, right? So if you see the charts, you can clearly see that this token has been on the downtrend. It seems like people have sold this token immediately after they received the airdrop. That kind of explains the price. Its price point was available since March 18th, 2021, which is basically last week. It was 14 cents per token. It kind of like has been in a downtrend, and I do believe that it will continue to go down, maybe test 7 cent or 6 cent range. And again, if you guys want to buy this token, this is still a good price to buy this token, but it does have a potential to even go to like 7 cent or 6 cent range, right? The volume curve has also been flat. So let's look at the Bitcoin comparative now. Bitcoin comparative has also been going down. It was trading at about 230 satoshis on March 18th, and it's been currently valued at about 171 satoshis per token. You can't really buy this token with Bitcoin, but if you want to make a quick swap on Joule Swap from your BTCB, you can do that, but I wouldn't really recommend anyone buying this token with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is way more valuable than this token, and this token has a lot to prove to its users, and it has to definitely introduce all of the the staking, the new features must be introduced onto their website to entice more users, right? So again, for a short-term play, this is going to be a really good entry point, and I do believe that if you wait a little bit longer, you will probably get it for an even more better price than this price, right? So let's look at the markets where it's available. It's obviously available on Joule Swap. You can buy it with Bnb. You can also buy it from PancakeSwap. You can buy it from Bitmart, although I wouldn't really recommend that. PancakeSwap or Joule Swap would be the perfect place to buy this token, right? So I also want to provide an additional additional information where you can basically go to Joule Swap staking, go to Joule Swap, which is basically info.juleswap.com, and go to their staking section, which is on the top left corner, and you can click their active staking. And if you have some Joule B tokens that's lying around, you can stake it on their platform, you can basically, it's similar to like a pancake swap, right? So you can basically stake JULB or JULD tokens to earn Tutti Frutti. So if you stake JULB tokens, you will earn Tutti Frutti tokens at an APR of 54.07% at the time of making this video. If you have JULD tokens, then you can stake it on JuleSwap and earn 21.61% paid out in Tutti Frutti tokens, right? This is another like small information that I want to share with you guys. So basically, what's my thoughts on this? I wouldn't personally buy this token. If you had received an airdrop, it's well and good. I wouldn't really spend a lot of money on this token. This is definitely something which is a high risk. It still has a lot of ways to prove itself. It still has to go a long way. I do believe that this token has a potential to pump to at least 50x or 100x. Again, it's Bnb Retirement Fund, maybe something that people may get enticed to, but again, it's not going to offer a very high yield. And as they mentioned, if people don't really use their site way too often, the fees generated is going to be very low, and therefore your Bnb Retirement Fund is not going to pay you more for your retirement, right? So don't expect that this project is going to make you a lot of money when it comes to staking and liquidity service providing, but you do have like a price potential. From a price potential perspective, since it is very low market cap, I do think that this project can pump to very high levels in the short term. And that's why I feel like if you guys do your own research and understand the risks involved in this project and think that this project is a good short-term play, just like how I think of it, then you can probably put a little bit of play money. Okay, I wouldn't really recommend anybody putting their like a significant portion of their portfolio in this token. Maybe like a little bit of a play money, and you can probably stake it and forget it, right? Or if you have JULB tokens, you can stake it and earn this token passively without even doing anything, right? So you can do that, and once it pumps, you can sell it and buy some other valuable coin with that gain, right? So that's just my my 2 cents. Again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.